Hey guys, I'm Steph. Welcome back to my beauty stash. If you can believe it, we are doing another skin tint review. I picked up the brand new Huda Beauty GloWish Multidew skin tint in the shade Fair Light, which is the second to the lightest shade out of the 14 shades that I believe are available right now on the Sephora website. I also think you can find this in store at Sephora as well. Along with the skin tint, Huda Beauty also released the GloWish Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder, and I picked up the shade Medium in this one. Offhand, I forget how many shades they have in the bronzer. I want to say it was about 5 different shades. So this is going to be a 2-day, 10-hour wear test like I normally do with all of my foundations. On day 1, you're going to see me wear the skin tint along with the bronzing powder on both days for a good 10 hours. And we're going to try it out. We're going to see how it works with the rest of my makeup products. And I'm going to wear it as I normally would any foundation. Now on day two, I wanted to compare it to my current favorite skin tint, and that is the one from Nabla. This is the Skin Realist Beautifying Tinted Balm with Hyaluronic Acid Microspheres. I have the shade Light in this one, and I believe this one is a more limited shade range with about 7 shades available. You can find the Nabla one at Beauty Bay and on the Nabla Cosmetics website. It has not yet made its way to Ulta here in the United States, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see this popping up on Ulta Beauty online really soon. So let me just give you guys a quick background on my skin and my foundation preferences, especially for those of you who this is your first time watching my channel. Welcome. I'm happy to have you here, and I hope you will consider subscribing and give this video a thumbs up before you go. But I am 39 years old and I have a normal to oily skin. I am oily primarily in my T-zone. I do have large pores even through here on my nose, and the major concern right now is my fine lines under my eyes, and of course camouflaging the large pores, right? Makeup will tend to settle on me, or I'll know if something is not meshing well with my other products in this area right here. Like, this is the part that will get instantly cakey after I apply foundation or concealer or powder or whatnot. And also the first place that makeup tends to break down on me is usually around my mouth area and like right here on the sides of my nose, since my nose is the oiliest place on my face. Now, I love trying all different types of foundations. I tend to like more of a medium to full coverage, but I've been changing a little bit. I've been getting into these skin tints that have more light to medium coverage and just using a spot concealer where necessary. So I like a nice healthy glow to my skin. I like my skin to have, you know, a luminosity to it. So I am definitely up for trying dewy, luminous foundations, but I also do love a good matte foundation. Like, I can do a full coverage foundation any day of the week and be good to go. Today though is all about skin tints, and skin tints are definitely having their moment right now here in the beauty community, and I think it's fantastic. I think it's all about letting your natural beauty shine through and just enhancing what we got, making our skin look the best that it could possibly look without having to pack on a lot of makeup. So I definitely believe that is the premise behind all of these skin tint releases, and I'm excited to try another one. Foundation reviews is definitely one of my most favorite things to do here on my channel, and again, if you're new, you're definitely going to find a lot of foundation content. All right, guys, so let's get in first with the details about the new GloWish by Huda Beauty skin tint. I'm going to also insert some swatches that I did outdoors in natural lighting, as well as comparing this to other skin tints that I have in my stash. That way you guys can get a good feel as to the shade that I'm wearing and what might possibly work best for you. So guys, if you want to see these new GloWish by Huda Beauty products in action for the next 2 days, keep on watching. Meet the new Huda Beauty GloWish Multidew Vegan Skin Tint Foundation. This retails for $37 on the Sephora website, and there are 14 shades to choose from. This is a fragrance-free, light coverage skin tint foundation that is going to instantly brighten with a near neutral undertone. It is also going to leave skin with a dewy finish. The highlighted ingredients of this new skin tint include plant-derived squalene, which is going to hydrate and act as a natural antioxidant, Damascus rose oil, which will help soothe, clarify, and lock in moisture, and finally, red bell pepper extract, which is going to protect skin against the effects of digital pollution like blue light. This skin tint is 92% naturally derived. It is waterproof and sweat-proof, and it comes with a fuss-free pump, making it perfect for everyday use. I've already primed my skin. I went in with a little bit of the Tatcha, the liquid silk canvas. And we're going to be, it says that you can apply this with your fingertips or that you can use your makeup sponge or even a brush for that matter. So I have my BK Beauty 101 foundation brush. Amazing brush. And then I have a damp beauty blender. So let's see. Let me pump out a little bit on the back of my hand. I did 2 pumps back here. And again, this is the shade 2 Fair Light. This is the second to the lightest shade in this Multidew skin tint. So I really don't like doing these with my fingers, but let's just try it. Huda always has like amazing TikToks, Instagram reels, like those little short videos showing how she applies her product. It always looks so flawless on her. Oh yeah, I can definitely see the glow in this, but I don't like it with my fingertips. Like I just prefer to use a tool. So I'm gonna go in with the 101. But definitely if you continue doing it with your fingertips, you're going to use a lot less product. And for being a skin tint, this has a little bit of weight to it. Not that it feels necessarily heavy on the skin, but it's a thicker consistency. A lot of the time, some skin tints can tend to be really watery or like serum-like, which I don't mind either way. But if it's a little bit thicker, you're obviously going to get a little bit more coverage. And we all know Huda loves her coverage, and so do I. And I think this is providing really nice coverage. You can definitely see the illumination that's giving. Definitely a glow, and I like that a lot. So I still have some left. Seems like a little bit is definitely going a long way. We'll see how it does with the damp beauty blender. And I really like the shade. I think this was a perfect shade match, and I just ordered it online. I didn't go into store or anything to shade match. But I tend to get, when it's like a limited foundation range, which this one has, I believe it was 12 or 14 shades, just because they're so forgiving, the shades. I tend to go for like the second to the lightest shade. The one that says like fair light. That's usually what I look for, because sometimes light will be a little too dark for me. I am going to be trying a new concealer today. It's actually my second day of wearing it. It is the Nars Radiance Color Correcting, or Radiant Creamy Color Correct, something like that. But I will have to apply that on camera, but not on this video, if you know what I mean. So I'm really liking the 2 pumps. I think that was more than enough to do the entire face. And I think it's looking really nice. Now I'm going to add a little bit more to these areas where I tend to build up coverage. And this is like half a pump. And I think I'm going to go in first with the BK Beauty brush. I am going to be powdering this down today, just wearing it like I normally would. I do have quite a few errands to run, and what is today? Today's the 3rd. Our mask mandate here in Texas officially ends tomorrow, but that only applies to like government entities. I think a lot of stores and stuff are still going to require masks, but today I'm pretty sure that I will be wearing a mask on and off throughout the day. So I definitely need to set this nose down. So hopefully we don't lose too much coverage. So this looks nice. I think my skin definitely has a very pretty glow, and you guys know I love that. This is the concealer that I'm going to be applying just to my under eye area. It is the Nars. This one just came out. This is the Radiant Creamy Color Correct. This is the lightest shade. It's the shade Light, but it's too dark for me. All right, now I'm gonna go in with the Huda Beauty. This is the Sugar Cookie Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder. And let's start setting this nose. I am setting my entire T-zone. I also like to get around my eyebrows too because I get oily there. Now I'm not going to set the sides of my face since we are going to be trying out the GloWish, the bronzer. That looks really nice. I can't wait to try that out. All right, so now let's try the GloWish Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder, and this is the shade 2 Medium. Let me go ahead and just swatch it on the back of my hand. Oh, this looks like it's going to be a good shade. It's right there. That might be too light. What do you guys think? I'm going to use the BK Beauty 107 brush to apply. I'm just swirling it. Now let's start with the forehead. Wow, this looks light for being a medium shade. I always like to get like the medium shade. I would just rather go in light-handed than have to add more product, like build up and stuff. And the lightest shades tend to just be too light to where, I don't know, I don't really feel they serve much of a purpose. When you bronze, you want that color to be seen. It's really light, isn't it? I was expecting something deeper. Some right here. It's a nice wash of color. I definitely have bronzers that are darker. I guess I'm just used to that, but you know, it looks nice. It goes with the skin tint really nicely. Easy to apply, smooth going on. It's matte, but has a soft glow to it. At least I can see that. All right, guys, so I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup off camera, and then I'll come back on probably in about 5 hours because we're doing a 10-hour wear test today, and I'll let you know how the makeup is looking, and I'll probably be done with my errands by then, so we'll see how it wore under the mask, so stay tuned. Hey guys, this is the 5-hour check-in with the new Huda Beauty GloWish, and this is what my skin is looking like. I just got back from running a whole bunch of errands, wearing a mask for most of the time, well, minus the time that we stopped to eat, but not bad. I think it looks really pretty. I don't really notice a lot of rub off, maybe just a little bit, but it doesn't look bad at all. Like I don't mind it, and I wouldn't have probably been able to notice all that much if I didn't like really look for it. This is a really lightweight foundation or skin tint, and it definitely provides a beautiful, healthy glow without making my normal to oily skin overly oily. So I like that a lot. I definitely like the coverage as well. I didn't spot conceal. All I did was just build up the areas on my cheeks, and the bronzer is still looking good, although not very dark. And the blush is still intact, and everything seems to be looking good. I am wearing the Huda Beauty mascara. It's that dual-ended mascara, and I really love this one. And so far, I'm happy with it, but it has another 5 hours to go, so I will be back at the end of the day for this day one check-in. Alright guys, we made it to the 10-hour mark of the new Huda Beauty GloWish on my 39-year-old normal to oily skin. I definitely have a glow going on, and I'm not mad about it. I think it looks really good. My nose, yes, I think it's looking more shiny than it is glowy, so that would definitely be the place that I would want to touch up first. But I have to say, guys, for wearing a mask on and off for about 4 hours today, early on in the wear test, I didn't really get any major rub off, and whatever did come off, just pat it in and it looked fine. So no big deal there. I also don't feel like this accentuated any texture or pores. For me, having normal to oily skin, I think it held up pretty good down here in this. It was so humid today. Like, it's been raining on and off all day, and when it's not raining, it's extremely humid and hot. So I think this did really well. I don't feel like it rubbed off anywhere on my face other than just a little bit on my nose, but really no big deal. I think it still looks nice. It's very comfortable. It's very lightweight. It didn't settle into any fine lines, and I really like the shade. I am in the shade Fair Light, which is the second to the lightest shade. I am anxious to wear it again tomorrow, and tomorrow we are going to be wear testing it side by side with my favorite skin tint to date, which is the Nabla Realist. You guys know I fell in love with that skin tint, or it's a tinting balm or something like that, something with the word balm in it. Beautifying balm, that's what it's called. I'll definitely have that linked up here so you guys can check out that video. That is a beautiful product, and it is from Nabla Cosmetics. This one from Huda Beauty, it's more readily available than the Nabla is right now. I think the Nabla one you can only get on their website and on Beauty Bay, and this is obviously hitting all of Huda Beauty's retailers. But we'll see. I'm anxious to compare those two. I know a lot of you probably thought, oh, I'm going to be comparing it to the Fenty Eavesdrop Skin Tint. I'm not, because the finishes are really different. That one has more of a natural finish. This one obviously has more of a radiant, glowy finish. I was considering doing the Becca Doing skin tint or something like that, but that one is already on sale. It's for 15 bucks, and I do like that one. I do recommend that one, but because it's already going on sale and I know a lot of shades are going to be selling out soon, I didn't want to wear test it along something that you aren't going to be able to get it in a couple months, because Becca is going out of business. So I decided I'm going to do the Nabla one. I've gotten really good feedback on that video. A lot of you seem to like it. And I love that product, so I'm anxious to see this wear tested alongside that. That's my current favorite right now. That Nabla one is my current favorite foundation skin tint. It's definitely making my favorites list in 2021. I am telling you that right now. So for me, it's going to be tomorrow when I apply this. For you, it's going to be right now. All right, so now that I've applied all of my base makeup products, this is how my skin is looking. GloWish Nabla. I think they both look identical. I think that they both applied identically. The consistency is almost identical. I think that the Nabla one is just slightly darker than the Huda Beauty GloWish. And I think, guys, I can't even say, I think the coverage is pretty much the same with the Huda and the Nabla. So this is how my skin is going to stay. Some of the products that I use, let me just go ahead and quickly tell you. For primer, I went in with this new one from Rare Beauty. This is their like pore diffusing primer. I really like this one. This one is a really nice primer. For concealer, let me go ahead and tell you the under eye concealer, because that's the only place where I placed it. I have Nars going on this side. And then over here on the right side, I am wear testing it against the Fenty Bright Fix. So that is what you see going on under my eyes. I used the same setting powder all over my face, and it was the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Setting Powder. This is one of my favorites from the drugstore. For bronzer, I went in again with the Huda Beauty GloWish. I'm really liking it, but I think it's a little too light to be called medium, but it still looks great. It's definitely buildable, but I mean, not like crazy buildable. It's just a really nice warmth to the skin. And then for blush, what did I use for blush? Oh, for blush, I don't have it in front of me, the Nabla blush in the shade Lola. And for highlighter, I used this one from Kiko Milano. I sprayed a little bit of the Hourglass, what is this called? Soft Focus, Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. And this is how the base is going to stay for the next 10 hours. So I will be back in 5 hours for the first check-in of day 2 of the Huda Beauty GloWish and Now versus the Nabla Skin Realist. Stay tuned. All right, guys, this is the 5-hour check-in on day 2 of me wear testing Huda GloWish versus Nabla Skin Realist. I think they look identical. What do you guys think? Like, I think this is the closest match to GloWish, this Nabla one. And actually the Nabla one came out first. So I guess Huda is a match for Nabla Skin Realist. But I am liking the way they both look on my skin. I definitely have a beautiful glow going on and I love it. I think that the shades, I mean, I don't think you can really tell that I'm wearing 2 different foundations or 2 different skin tints on either side of my face. I don't see like anything breaking up. I don't see any funny business going on with these 2 skin tints. So I'm going to be really anxious to see how these look in another 5 hours. And then I will give you guys my final thoughts on what I think of the new GloWish skin tint as well as the bronzer by Huda Beauty. All right, guys, we've come to the end of this 2-day wear test of the new Huda Beauty GloWish skin tint. Today, we were putting it up against my favorite Nabla Skin Realist, and this is what my skin is looking like. Pretty even, right? I think they're both really nice skin tints, and I really don't see difference really. I have nice little glowy cheeks, a little bit of glow going on my forehead, not too oily on my nose, but I mean, if you offer me a blotting tissue, I would probably take it right now. But this just wore really nice. It wore beautifully. It's exactly what it says that it's going to be. It's a dewy, glowy, radiant skin tint, and I love the Nabla Skin Realist. And I do love the new Huda Beauty GloWish. So let's jump into this one. I think that this is a very nice addition to the Huda Beauty foundation line. I think this is something that was missing in the line. And you guys know that Huda loves her full coverage. She is like the queen of full coverage and she does it so well. So it was nice to see her trying something new, trying something different, and thinking about those of us out there who may not want all of that coverage. You know, I think we get to a certain point in our lives where we just want to make things as easy as possible, and this product can help you do that. It can just make your makeup, make your skin look healthy and glowy without being heavy on the skin, because it's not heavy at all. I didn't find that it caked up. I didn't find that it, like, you know, transferred really bad with the mask. Yesterday was the day that I did wear the mask and it was just a little bit of rub off, but no big deal. It looked really nice at the end of the day yesterday. I enjoy the way it looks today, and I think it's a nice product. I think this was something that was missing in the Huda Beauty foundation line, and I'm really happy to see that they did this. There are so many skin tints coming out, guys, and you don't need them all. I'm gonna try them all for you, as you probably saw in my video from yesterday, which is my foundation stash. And that's what I love to do here on my channel, guys. Eyeshadow palettes, foundations, 2 of my most favorite things, and I'm very happy to welcome this into my stash. Where is the bronzer? I don't have the bronzer in front of me, but I did enjoy the bronzer. It's just,
It was too light. Well, it is too light. I like it. Like it's fine for my skin tone. I'll make it work. But I think to be called medium, I think it should have been a little bit darker, but it's still a really nice formula that while being matte, it's still gonna give you a nice glow. I don't know, it's weird, and I like the whole marbling effect in it. So the bronzer was a very nice touch. I'll be interested to see what else they release under this GloWish umbrella. I'm sure we're gonna get something, some type of like an under eye corrector, maybe something along the lines of the Fenty Bright Fix, or maybe even a nice highlighter, maybe even like a cream or liquid highlighter. I'm really, really curious to see what else is going to come out. But if you were wondering about this one, guys, I didn't get this in PR. I paid for this and I paid for the bronzer, and I am giving it 2 thumbs up. Huda, you did a fantastic job. Nice to see a skin tint in your foundation collection. All right, guys, so now that you've heard my thoughts, it's time for me to hear from you. What did you guys think of today's video? What did you think of the new GloWish from Huda Beauty, their new skin tint? Is it something that you're interested in, or are you gonna pass? Sound off below. Let me know what is your favorite skin tint of the moment. And maybe it's going to end up being this one. Maybe you haven't tried any skin tints yet. This would be a beautiful place to start. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink that water. And I will see you all very soon. Bye.